Welcome to Kathavani, sacred stories from Hindu scriptures, beautifully narrated to help you find peace and drift into sleep. Tonight, we witness the churning of the cosmic ocean and the moment Lakshmi, goddess of fortune, rises from the waters to bless the universe. Close your eyes, breathe deep, and let the story begin. Lakshmi emerges from the sea. The gods were dying. Their strength was fading. Their light was growing dim. And it was all because of a single curse. It had started simply enough. The great sage Durvasa was known for his terrible temper. One day, while walking through the forest, he came upon a beautiful garland of flowers. It had been blessed by Shri herself, the goddess of fortune. Durvasa took the garland and continued on his way. Soon he met Indra, the king of the gods, riding on his great white elephant. Durvasa offered the blessed garland to Indra. But Indra was proud that day. He was careless. He took the garland and tossed it onto his elephant's trunk, as if it were nothing special. The elephant did not know what he held. He threw the garland to the ground and trampled it beneath his feet. The sacred flowers were crushed into the dust. Durvasa's face turned red with fury. "You dare to insult a gift touched by Shri herself?" he thundered. "Then Shri shall abandon you. I curse you and all the gods to lose her blessing forever." From that moment, everything changed. Fortune turned away from the gods. Their weapons lost their power. Their bodies lost their glow. Their enemies, the Asur, grew stronger while they grew weaker. Battle after battle, the gods lost. Kingdom after kingdom, they surrendered. Indra sat on his fading throne, his head in his hands. "What have I done?" he whispered. "What can we do?" The gods went to Vishnu, the great preserver, the one who always finds a way. They told him of the curse. They begged for his help. Vishnu listened with calm eyes, and then he smiled. "There is a way," Vishnu said. "Deep beneath the ocean of milk, there are treasures beyond imagination. One of them is Amrit, the nectar of immortality. If you drink it, your power will return. But to get it, you must churn the ocean itself." The gods stared at him. Churn the ocean? The entire ocean? It was impossible. The ocean was endless. The ocean was infinite. How could anyone churn something so vast? "You cannot do it alone," Vishnu continued. "You will need help. You will need the Asur." This was bitter medicine. The Asur were their enemies. The Asur wanted them destroyed. But the gods had no choice. They went to the demon kings and proposed an alliance. "Help us churn the ocean," they said, "and we will share the Amrit with you." The Asur agreed. They were greedy for immortality too. And so, the greatest project in the history of creation began. The gods and Asur worked together. They uprooted Mount Mandar, the mightiest mountain in existence, to use as a churning rod. They asked Vasuki, the king of serpents, to be the rope. The great snake wrapped himself around the mountain, gods holding his tail, Asur holding his head. But when they tried to churn, the mountain began to sink. It was too heavy. It was pushing down into the ocean floor. The whole plan was failing before it even began. Vishnu smiled. He dove into the ocean and transformed into Kurm, a giant tortoise. His shell was wider than the horizon. His back was stronger than any foundation. He placed himself beneath Mount Mandir, and the mountain rested steady upon him. The churning began, back and forth, back and forth. The gods pulled, the Asur pulled, the ocean swirled and foamed. Days passed, weeks passed, months passed. Still they churned. Strange things began to rise from the depths. First came Kamdhenu, the wish-fulfilling cow, whose milk could grant any desire. Then came Uchchaishrava, a magnificent white horse with wings like clouds. Then came Airavat, the great white elephant, who would become Indra's mount. Treasures kept rising. The Kalpavriksha, a tree that grants wishes. The Chandrama, the moon itself, glowing silver and cool. Beautiful Apsara, celestial dancers whose grace could stop time. Gems and jewels that sparkled like captured stars. But then, something terrible emerged. A dark cloud rose from the water. It was halahal, the most deadly poison in existence. So toxic that a single drop could destroy all creation. It spread across the sky, burning everything it touched. The gods panicked. The Asur fled. The poison was going to kill them all. There was only one being who could help now. Shiv stepped forward. Without hesitation, without fear, he gathered the halahal in his hands. And he drank it. All of it. The poison that could destroy the universe, he swallowed like water. Parvati rushed to him. She pressed her hands against his throat, stopping the poison from spreading further. It stayed there, in his neck, turning his throat forever blue. This is why Shiv is called Neelkant, the blue-throated one. The churning continued. And finally, after all the treasures and all the terrors, she appeared. The waters parted. A lotus flower rose from the depths, glowing with golden light. And standing upon it, more beautiful than the sunrise, more radiant than all the gems combined, was Lakshmi. She was dressed in red silk that shimmered like fire. Gold ornaments adorned her arms and neck. In her hands, she held lotus flowers, symbols of purity and grace. Her smile could heal wounds. Her glance could bless kingdoms. She was Shri, fortune itself, prosperity made flesh. Everyone fell silent. Gods and Asur alike stared in wonder. Elephants stepped forward from the heavens, carrying sacred water and precious oils. They bathed her gently. Apsara draped her in the finest fabrics. The ocean itself offered her pearls and coral. Then Lakshmi looked around, searching for someone. Every god hoped she would choose him. Every Asur dreamed she would come to his side. Whoever she blessed would have fortune forever. Her eyes found Vishnu, standing calm and steady. The one who had made all of this possible. The one who had become a tortoise to save the churning. The one who asked for nothing in return. Lakshmi walked toward him. She placed a garland of lotus flowers around his neck. She had made her choice. She would be his eternal companion. Fortune had found its home with the preserver of the universe. And so it has been, ever since that day. Wherever Vishnu goes, Lakshmi follows. Wherever there is goodness and righteousness, fortune comes to bless it. This is why we light lamps on Diwali, to welcome Lakshmi into our homes. This is why we keep our houses clean and bright, so fortune will want to stay. We remember the day she rose from the ocean and chose love over power, grace over greed. And so we learn that true fortune is not gold or gems, that prosperity follows those who serve without seeking reward, and that the greatest treasure is a heart that chooses wisely. Thank you for listening to Kathavani. For more stories, ambient sounds, and curated playlists, download the Kathavani app. Link in the description. May peace find you, tonight and always.